Hey everybody, welcome on into your go-to show for sports here on the shore, the Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Brandon Bosser.
What's up, it's your Philly sports anchor, Devin J. Martin. Welcome into the show. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, Brandon.
We sure do. Let's go over what we have in store for you tonight in a jam-packed show. Tech and Delmar coming down to the final minutes. Defense stepping up big late. And a final second field goal lifts the Y-High Tribe to victory.
On top of that, we'll have your top plays of the week and your WMDT Sports Athlete of the Week. But first, we got to get to some breaking news.
Yeah, at this time we bring you breaking news. Dover police are currently at Dover High School investigating reports of gunfire following tonight's football game. Now, at this time, 2 individuals are in custody and no injuries have been reported, thankfully. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Dover Police at 302-736-7130. We will, of course, be following this story. If any more information breaks, we will let you know here on WMDT. But at this time, we're going to throw things back to Devin and Brandon for DSI. Will be here back for some more local news in a little bit.
All right, thank you very much, Rob. Some terrible news out there at Dover following this football game. We will continue to bring you details as they come along, but let's go ahead and move now to the football game that did take place between Dover and Smyrna, 2 teams that have gotten close to the championship the past couple of years, but so far this year, stumbling in the early goings.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these 2 teams actually met in the title game 2 years ago, but neither team has won a playoff game since that 2022 title matchup, both falling in the first round. I think Smyrna lost to Sally's and Dover got knocked out by Cape. So, yeah, it looks like they're even getting further away from a title from the way they've been playing so far this year. The Senators 2-3.
They turn it around, though.
And the Eagles 2-4. So, I mean, there's only one way to find out. Let's get to that action, Brandon.
All right, the Senators would make the first move. Shamik Morris, as quarterback, would run it up behind a wall of Senators. Gets in. Dover strikes first. Eagles turn now. Quarterback Drew Marks with the fake handoff. Doesn't fool Rasheed Branch Calhoun. Marks on the scramble. Finds Phoenix Henriquez. Touchdown, Eagles. Smyrna goes for the 2-point conversion. Hits a wall of Senators and is denied. Dover keeps that 1-point lead. Smyrna with the ball once again. Marks on the scramble. Finds Eric Dorsey. Brings it in for the score. Eagles go for another 2-point conversion, this time a fake handoff. They would go to the air and find Jaden Bivings, and he'll score the 2-pointer, leading 14-7 going into the half, and Smyrna would go on to beat Dover 28-7, Devin.
Whoa.
So Smyrna, they get their 3rd win of the season.
I think it might be another thing like they were last year. They started off the season very slow, but they took Sally's in that first round game 41-40. And again, they only had like a 500 record going into the actual playoffs, but their record really wasn't actual determination of how good this team is. And that might be the same thing this year for the Eagles.
Yeah, Drew Marks, he's a sophomore quarterback. He could be getting better as the season goes on. Plus, Smyrna's known to play their toughest opponents early on.
Yes.
So we'll see what happens with Smyrna. We saw them lose handily to Middletown, but there's still a lot of season to play. All right, down the street, Cesar Rodney was hosting Cape Henlopen. Cape making themselves at home. Let's check out those highlights now. As Jamison Tingle at quarterback, he has been fantastic. Just a sophomore for Cape Henlopen. Deep pass into the end zone.
Yeah, he's been good all season, Brandon.
Found by Amari Jackson. Adds on to the score. Vikings up 14-0. Showing no mercy on the kickoff. Anthony Cox can't haul it in. Vikings on him. Tyrone Handy comes up with it. Cape ball here. Tingle on the next possession. Passing to Micaiah Jackson. Spins off the defender. And he is in for the score. Vikings up 21-0 at that point. The route is on. Cape with the ball once again knocking at the door. Pass to Jaden Messick. My goodness, Vikings up 28-0 on Cesar Rodney. They would go on to win this one 42-7. So Cape Henlopen handles the 3A CR Riders pretty easily today. And Tingle seems to be getting better as a passer every week. He can do it with his legs or his arm.
Yeah, and that's when you're a dual threat quarterback, even at this high school level, it makes it basically unguardable because you're too busy worried about them, running for extra yards, and then he can also air it out as well.
Yeah.
So I still think so so far in the Henlopen, Open, the two top teams were really the two top teams from the 3A last year, which is Central and Cape again.
And we saw him obviously get to the championship last year, so he's proven he can win at the high school level.
So we'll see if they'll be able to get back and actually complete the job this year. Now, let's go to the 2A. Woodbridge hosting Wilmington Friends. The Blue Raiders, Brandon, they're looking like true 2A title contenders.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, now let's get to those highlights. Friends on the 4th down, on the goal line. King Pendon breaks it up in the end zone. The Blue Raiders defense, that's at the end of the first half, was in full force in this game. Statistically, Brandon, they allow the lowest amount of points in the District 3. They allow the second lowest amount of points in the entire 2A, and they have the third best defense statistically when it comes to points per game, opponents' points per game in the entire state. But the offense looks really good, too. That was a trick play that set up a touchdown. Later, that would be Malachi Hayes, who would rush it in untouched as the Blue Raiders, they tack on a score. Brandon, they're about to shut out Wilmington Friends.
Yeah, Woodbridge played complimentary football tonight. The only big play Friends got was this one to the right side, 30-yard completion, putting them in the red zone, but the defense was in the driver's seat today. This is impressive. Blue Raiders forcing another 4th down here. Friends needs to convert, but they would get stopped short of the sticks as Woodbridge's defense, hey, they are nothing to fool around with. Another shutout tonight against Friends, a team that just won the 2A championship a couple of years ago. They were, I believe, in the semis last year, or maybe they got to the finals against Caravel. But Friends, always a well-coached team, always got a lot of great athletes. Woodbridge wins 29-0, so
yeah,
Blue Raiders continue to show us they're a threat.
They definitely are a threat, and it's one thing to be a high-octane offense, but they're giving up 12 points a game.
Yeah,
they're giving
I would
up
say
12
they are
points
definitely the favorites in that District 3 right now. And now to a great game in Georgetown tonight. Sussex Tech hosting Delmar. Big game in that 2A District 3. Khalid Schoolfield taking them to school. Takes it in for the touchdown. Delmar scores on their first possession of this game. Back comes Sussex Tech. Kyle Thompson, he has been tremendous for the Ravens this year. Their big-time running back, he falls in, and that nods a score at 7-all. But that would be the score going into the 4th quarter. So here we go. Wildcats facing 4th down in Tech territory. There's Isaiah Holbrook over the middle. Get it to the fullback. He gets the first down, and the Wildcats would capitalize. Schoolfield with the carry. He's in for the score. The extra point would be missed. So Tech with one more chance to go down the field and steal this one. But Delmar's defense, specifically Desan Baines, stepping up with the game on the line. A sack on 2nd, a sack on 3rd down, forced a punt with a few minutes to go, and that would be it. Delmar wins 13-7. They're 6-1.
Wow.
6-1 on the season for the Wildcats, so maybe they are the team that could challenge Woodbridge.
We'll have to see. I mean, again, this is another low-scoring game. Delmar has been able to get in some rock fights, and sometimes you have to be able to win ugly.
And this was a fun game to be at because these two teams play the same exact style of football. The defense was fantastic. They ran the ball up the gut on the outside. There was a lot of great plays out there, so hey, stay up to date with us while we're at these games in real time. Follow WMDT Sports on Facebook and X right now. And a couple more final scores to get to from around the Henlopen Conference. Indian River and Early College, we don't have a final score, but I'm going to bet the house's money that IR won that game.
Me too.
I'm just going to take a guess. Yeah. Polytech over Conrad, 25-14. Brandywine, 19-7 over Seaford.
And then obviously we don't have the scores for Milford
Those
and
games
Laurel
take place tomorrow.
Sussex Central and St. George's.
And we will be at that Laurel game. We'll talk about that more later on tonight. But anything that really stuck out to you?
I mean, that District 3 and the 2A. Sussex Tech has been really good this year, but Delmar, I think, has also taken a step up. And then Woodbridge was really good last year. And they seem like they're even better, especially because of that defense.
They were 8-2 last year.
Yeah,
and
they were really good.
This is a team that came right back this year, and they've been building off their success from last year. So we'll see what happens with the Raiders, because a couple of years ago, 2-8,
right,
back to 8-2. Now possibly a 2A title contender. We'll see. All right, that'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first time out, but when we return, Kent Island snaps their 3-game losing skid. That and more when Delmarva Sports Insider returns.
Head coach James Jackson from the Conner Richardson football team, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.